Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this pretty quick video, I'm going to check the new Tmotor F4 flight controller. In this video, I'm going to go over its features and specs, and soon I'm going to feature it in a build video. Tmotor, aka Tiger Motor, is a company that is well known for their high quality motors. They also have a line of ESCs, including the T55A Pro, which I've previously reviewed, and now they also make or at least sell an F4 flight controller in order to complete their line of products. Inside the box, along with the flight controller, you get in some stickers, 4 yellow M3 vibration dampeners, a harness for connecting the flight controller with a Tmotor ESC, and another one that comes with only one end that connects to the flight controller, so you can use any of these 3 provided connectors in order to use it with your own 4-in-1 ESC. In case you're going to use this flight controller with a Tmotor 4-in-1 ESC, it's important to pay attention to which side is connected to the flight controller. So the correct one is this one. So over here you can find 2 ground wires and then the VCC. So you need to plug it like that. And if you're going to plug it the other way around, it's not going to be plugged correctly. In terms of dimensions, it weighs just over 7 grams. The distance between the mounting holes is the standard 30 mm, and its outer dimensions are 37.3 by 37.1 by 6 mm. The working voltage of this flight controller is between 7 to 33.6 volts, so you can use it directly with LiPo batteries between 2 to 8 cells. It features an STM32F405 processor, an onboard LC filter and 16 MB memory, an ICM2602 gyro chip, and according to Tmotor, there is also going to be an optional MPU 6000 gyro chip, which is going to be probably placed over here. In addition, it came pre-flashed with Betaflight 3.5.6, and it's using the Tmotor F4 firmware, which currently, at the moment of shooting this video, is not yet available. All the pads of the flight controller, excluding these ones that determines the voltage of the VTX and the camera, can be accessed from the bottom, so it's pretty convenient. On the front of the flight controller, you can find the pads for the camera and the VTX. So over here you can find the camera ground, VCC, camera control pad for configuring supported FPV cameras, and video in. Over here you can set the voltage of the camera, so if you're going to solder the center pad with the left one, it's going to get the voltage of the battery. And if you're going to solder the center one with the 5 volts pad over here, it's going to get 5 volts. Similarly, you can also set the voltage of the VTX over here, and you must solder the center pad with one of them, otherwise the VTX and the camera are not going to work. Next to the video out, you can also find a TX2 pad for configuring the VTX using smart audio. Over here you can find the VCC and the ground of the VTX. On the right side of the VTX, you can find next to the micro USB connector this physical boot button, which is in the form I like because it's pretty durable. Next to it, you can find these pads that are meant to be used with your radio receiver. So you can power it up either using 5 volts or 3.3 volts, mostly for this NX receiver. You can also find both telemetry and RSI ports and also a PPM pad. Over here you can find a 10-pins connector for connecting it directly to a 4-in-1 ESC, and it's also nice to see that they're also including these pads that are equivalent, so if you like you can just solder your 4-in-1 ESC directly over here. And in my experience, these small pads can sometimes break, so it's important to have a backup option. In addition to these pads, which can be found on the right side, you can also find over here a buzzer minus and LED pads. Finally, on the left side, you can find more UART pads, and in total you have 3 6 UART ports, which is more than enough. Overall, priced at $40, this flight controller seems like a high quality addition to the Tmotor line of products, and I'm looking forward to see how it's going to perform when I'm going to test it soon. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you find it useful. If you have any questions about this flight controller, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.